And after months of uncertainty, Vijay's TVK government has finally cleared the air on the proposed Parandur airport project. Chief Minister Vijay has announced that the plan for the second airport in Parandur has been dropped. Speaking in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, Chief Minister Vijay said that a new airport will be proposed at a location where there is no opposition from the people. The new location will be decided after a careful study of technical feasibility by expert teams. Vijay said that the decision to cancel the project was taken to prevent relocation of a large number of people and protect agricultural land in the area. He also slammed the previous DMK government for picking the largely populated area. Parandur, let's talk about it. It is located roughly 70 kilometers from Chennai and was selected as the site for Chennai's second airport by the previous DMK government. The project spans across 13 villages over an area of roughly 5,700 acres. The site in Parandur was selected as it offers strategic connectivity with upcoming expressway and highways and is also close to industrial corridors. However, now this project has witnessed relentless protests from local communities, from farmers and from environmentalists. Around 900 acres of the chosen site comprises of wetlands and water bodies, and experts say that their destruction could lead to floods in Chennai. The proposed site also includes highly fertile agricultural land, leading to strong resistance from farmers, and the project would involve relocating 1,000 families across 13 villages. Now, during the assembly polls this year, Vijay had promised villagers in Parandur that he would scrap the project. And then in January this year, Vijay had extended his party's support to the agitating villagers. Coming to the opposition, the DMK and its president M.K. Stalin has called Vijay's decision an irreversible setback for Tamil Nadu's overall growth. This is what he said on X. Stalin remarked that the decision will set Tamil Nadu's development back by several years. Former Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai has also questioned Vijay's move, saying that the delay in identifying the new location for the airport could set back the state's development by at least 10 years. The Tamil Nadu BJP has also hit out at the TVK, calling the decision reckless, one which will inflict lasting damage on Tamil Nadu's economy and future growth. Chennai's existing Meenambakkam airport is expected to reach saturation by the year 2035. It currently has a capacity to handle 3 crore passengers annually and is the 6th busiest airport in India. So with the state emerging as India's leading hub for electronics exports and manufacturing, the surge in air cargo has put unsustainable strain on the existing airport. All right, let's get a better understanding on this. I'm now being joined on the broadcast by our principal correspondent, Siddharth MP, joining us from Chennai. He's tracking all the latest developments. Siddharth, now, is there a probable timeline for finding a suitable new site for this second greenfield airport? Anything that you've understood? Over to you.
Actually, only uncertainty prevails right now because the Chief Minister's announcement in the Assembly itself came as a surprise because there was, some sort of doubt whether this government would go ahead with Parandur or not. But today, the Chief Minister has cleared the air over it and he said that this project would completely be dropped. At the same time, let's remember the fact that he only said that there are alternate sites being looked at, and then, of course, based on expert discussions and based on consultations with domain experts, there will be a decision taken and thereafter things will move ahead. But let's remember one very important thing, that there are multiple constraints. The opposition parties have pointed out that finding an alternate piece of land of almost 5,000 acres is nearly impossible because to the east of Chennai is the Bay of Bengal. So there's no way there. North of Chennai, there is a river. In addition to that, there is also thermal power plants and industrial areas and residential areas. And a little further north is Andhra Pradesh. So north of Chennai is ruled out. So which is why the opposition parties say that in certain places in Chennai only there is a possibility of finding 5,000 acres, a single land parcel. And of course, it means, taking over agricultural land and also some part of residential areas. But they also point out that in and around Chennai, there are Air Force stations. So clearly that airspace cannot be used. There is also a nuclear power plant about 80 kilometers south of Chennai. So there are several restricted areas or vulnerable areas where such kind of activity cannot be carried out. Which is why the opposition parties say that Parandur is our best bet, and which is why it has also got all the approvals necessary from the Defence Ministry, from the Civil Aviation Ministry, and from all relevant authorities. So even if a site is proposed now, the authorities will have to study it, and the process for getting approvals at various levels itself could drag on for years. So while we can't comment on when a new site will be proposed, the fact remains that getting approvals itself is a process that could take anywhere between 2 to 3 years, Shriman.
Siddharth, it's a difficult spot to be in for the TVK government at this point, and the opposition clearly is having a field day. If they go ahead with the plan, then there are the concerns raised by the farmers, the environmentalists, and then now that they've scrapped the plan, of course, you hear what the opposition is saying. How much will this delay really hamper the growth, and how much will the delay of the construction of this new airport really pull back the growth of Tamil Nadu?
In fact, while there is no concrete number that we can cite, let us just remember that for context, about 20 to 30 years ago, Tamil Nadu or Chennai's airport was considered the gateway to South India. But over the last 2 decades, things have drastically changed with the emergence of that airport in Bangalore, the Kempegowda International Airport, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in Hyderabad. So all of this has sort of stolen the thunder away from Chennai. It has taken the limelight away to those other states. And it is obviously acknowledged across the country that the southern states are the growth engines of the country. So in that regard, there are all southern states that are competing for investments. So every government that wants to compete for investments would want to build a swanky airport to make sure that this is the first impression that a foreign investor or a foreign tourist, the moment they land in my state, they want to get the best experience and they must get the best impression. Which is why there is a battle for also building extremely swanky, massive airports with huge cargo handling capacity and also massive passenger handling capacity, not just for today, but for 10 years down the line. So this is what Karnataka has been doing. This is what Andhra Pradesh is now doing with Bhogapuram. Andhra Pradesh also wants to build another airport at Kuppam. So there are many plans that the neighboring states have. And when Tamil Nadu does not get an airport that is for Chennai, that a second airport for Chennai, then certainly it sets back the state at least by a decade or two, because all the neighboring states, if they surge ahead with their respective airport plans, then investments will be slow to Tamil Nadu. And obviously the flow of cargo, air cargo, would also be slow, because the Chennai airport that we're right now talking about has been operational pretty much since the 1950s. While expansions have taken place and there is limited scope for expansion right now, the fact remains that this is an airport in the heart of the city. So further expansion is only possible to a limited level, and beyond this airport cannot handle the largest aircraft in the world, which is the Airbus 380, the double-decker planes. So there are limitations on that front as well. So all things considered, as you know, neighboring states and neighboring airports are getting their capacity doubled or even tripled, Chennai, in fact, is stagnating, and that is the major concern that industry bodies and opposition politicians are putting forth. Shriman.
Siddharth, you always rounded up so well. Thanks so much for getting us all those details. It gives our viewers an overall understanding of what this predicament means for the current government and for the state. That was Siddharth MP joining us from Chennai.